be pound-for-pound king?
Dunk.
Inoue's
The color hair?
No, he is good.
21-0, undefeated. He's a 3-division champion. He's a big puncher. He was champion 112.
Man, I'm a puncher. He is good.
Who's that?
Inoue. He's Japanese.
Good. His placements and everything.
Footwork,
Yeah.
defense.
Who can take advantage of that attitude, of that style, and what it presents as far as opportunities when you're as technical as Inoue is in placing punches in the act and hard punches in such an accurate way. But
Sugar Ray Leonard believes that Naoya Inoue stands as the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing today. While he acknowledges other elite fighters across the sport, he still places Inoue above them due to his unmatched skill, dominance, and consistent performances at the highest level.
For Pound King now, Crawford or Inoue, after the fights that we have seen recently, it's been some good ones.
How can you not say yes? But you know, they all are nice. They all are very, let's say, experienced. Put it this way, I like what I see.
Wade Plemons says that Naoya Inoue has a relentless fighting style, never backing down even after being dropped. He rises stronger, pushes forward with intensity, and delivers thrilling performances that keep fans fully engaged every time he steps into the ring.
Get him and you go, oh, well, if you got dropped in your career, you're not as good as Floyd ever was. Like, I hate that kind of stuff because Floyd also wasn't out here TKOing and KOing mother late into his career like I assume that Inoue is going to do, or that the more aggressive fighters will do, right? And again, nothing against Floyd. He's one of, if not the greatest boxer ever. All I'm saying is being dropped in this fight doesn't take away from the pound-for-pound talks for me. Like, people are going to say, oh, well, Bud never got dropped in his career. Like, okay, that doesn't really take anything away from what I think the special thing that Inoue is doing here and why I believe he deserves to be in that pound-for-pound conversation. He may not be number one. He may not be number two. Depending on where you place him, I still think the heavier weight classes do, no pun intended, weigh a little more just because the natural population of the world is that size, so you're going to get more people that are probably a little bit more skilled based on the numbers of people that walk around at that weight, that participate in the sport, that become high level at the sport, just numbers game. But it does not take away from what Inoue...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. says Naoya Inoue should come to America and fight, call him a hell of a good fighter, and recognizing his elite-level talent.
Twice. Donaire. So Donaire was giving him fits in the first fight. And if I'm not mistaken, Donaire was somewhere close to 40 or 40 years old when he fought him the first time. Whereas he was in his 20s.
This reflects strong respect coming from one of boxing's most dominant and undefeated champions. Floyd Mayweather Jr. highlights Inoue's elite skills, global reputation, and growing recognition as one of the top fighters in modern boxing across all divisions.
He should have knocked him out in the first fight, fighting a guy, you know, like I said before, at that age. What I need Inoue to do is, I need him to come fight in the U.S., random blood and urine testing. I think he's a hell of a fighter. A hell of a fighter. I won't take nothing away from him. Hell of a fighter. And I like him because I see he take a lot of my stuff from my plate.
Teddy Atlas explains that Naoya Inoue is on a path similar to Manny Pacquiao. However, moving up weight classes brings serious challenges that could eventually test his limits despite his incredible potential.
Going towards like a Pacquiao, I don't know if he can go that many weight classes. There is a limit to your body structure, to your skeleton, to your, the size that you can properly handle that extra weight and still be efficient and effective in this game. There is a limit. Another great fight, he didn't do as many, but Lomachenko, and you saw, he won at 3 different weight classes, and then you saw a limit to how far up he could go, I think. And then Crawford is a great...
Timothy Bradley says that after watching Naoya Inoue defeat Marlon Tapales, he strongly believes Inoue is the best fighter in boxing today. Bradley adds that Inoue is clearly the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world, praising his dominance, precision, and ability to break down elite opponents across multiple weight divisions with control and consistency.
I think the speed, just the athleticism of the explosiveness, the speed, the hand-eye coordination, everything that comes with Inoue, man. It just was too much. Just too much. I told you, You know, I was a great athlete. However, Manny Pacquiao was a better athlete. I told you, Crawford is a fantastic athlete. He's a better athlete than Canelo. I told you that was going to be the difference too. You know, same thing here. You know, as Inoue travels up divisions, right? He's going to meet that athlete that's going to be just as athletic as him. Right now, off the top of my head, I don't know who that guy is, right? But that's when the size is going to become a factor for him. You know, I remember saying this about Lomachenko years ago. You know, and everybody was just like, man, you hating.
Michaela Mayer and Sean Porter both expressed strong admiration for Naoya Inoue, stating that he is currently the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. They recognize his dominance, skill, and consistent performances against top-level competition. However, they also believe that to further cement his global legacy, he should come to America and face big-name fighters. Competing on the biggest stage in the United States would give him greater exposure and allow a wider audience to fully appreciate his greatness.
Compare him to everybody in the fight game right now.
No, I think he's definitely up there pound for pound. I mean, he's super explosive. He's stopping everybody.
Yeah.
You know, he's a little bit less of a presence here in the United States, so it's like hard to really follow him and like become like a huge fan. But no, definitely rate him. He's a great fighter.
You feel like he has to come here to the States?
I mean, this is like, he's obviously doing a great job in Japan, right? He doesn't necessarily need to. He's making the money. He's gonna, you know, he's doing what he's got to do.
Yeah.
But like, there's a difference. I think there's something special about making it in the United States. Like, it's a little bit more difficult. It's a harder market. So it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. If you really made it, you made it in the United States.
And you've had 2 fights in England?
I've had 2 years of fighting in England.
2 years of fighting.
Yeah. I'm done with that.
So, you done? You done?
Well, you know, unless I have to down the line. But for now, yeah, back in America.
How was that experience opposed to fighting here in the States, though?
You know, I really liked it. The UK audience really took well.
Paulie Malignaggi gives a detailed breakdown of why Naoya Inoue is such an exciting and elite fighter. He explains that when Inoue finds himself in trouble or even gets dropped, he doesn't become defensive or cautious. Instead, he increases his aggression, steps forward with a strong and purposeful jab, and looks to close the distance on his opponent. Unlike many fighters who try to survive tough moments, Inoue actively seeks more engagement.
Get defensively safer and make sure I win this fight, which of course, dude, somebody like me would try that, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest with you, yeah, it was tough, but, you know, I was looking for, you know, the less contact approach, right? Inoue looked for more contact after getting dropped, and this is what makes him fun. He gets up, he starts to establish that power jab first and foremost, but then he starts, you know, coming forward, starts walking Cardenas down, pushing him back on the jab. I thought the issue Cardenas had was he wasn't jabbing with Inoue. You don't want to hook with the hooker, even though Cardenas' hook is a very good left hook in and of itself. You don't want to hook with the hooker, but even though Cardenas was trying to hold tight and whip left hooks in there, but you got to at least jab with the jab, because once Inoue made that adjustment, started power jabbing, it was almost like it was an imbalance there. Now Inoue's jab was starting to work in overdrive, and nothing was coming back on the jab side, from the straight punches side from Cardenas, and those jabs were busting up Cardenas and moving him back, and it allowed Inoue to start walking him down. And what happens when you got him on the back foot? Now you can start putting some combinations behind the jab.
He establishes a powerful jab to push opponents backward, then builds combinations behind it. Once he gains control, he mixes in body shots, gradually breaking his opponent down and setting up more damaging punches to the head. These smart adjustments, especially controlling range of the jab and attacking the body, create an imbalance that opponents struggle to handle. This fearless offensive mindset combined with technical skill is what makes Naoya Inoue so entertaining and has helped turn him into a global boxing star admired by fans worldwide.
Again, especially with the fact that Inoue is not as devastating to the head at these higher weight classes, you got to sort of soften up the opponent. Once he wasn't doing that early on. I think that's why Cardenas who took a couple of shots and was like, all right, you know what, I can take this guy's shots. I'm going to trade with this guy, and he ended up doing well. But once Inoue was able to back up Cardenas, and he used that jab to back up, that was the first adjustment. He started to use that pump power jab. Second adjustment is now once you're backing off, start throwing those combinations and using those combinations to get to the body. And then when he started going to the body, he started softening Cardenas up. And once Cardenas was softened up, then those headshots do start to take effect. They start to take more effect on you, because now you're getting hit and you're feeling everything a little bit more. You're slowing down. You're not able to resist as much as as far as punch resistance, and you're also not able to throw back as much. Cardenas didn't have a high output. He was trying to sort of save his energy and put everything into one big shot a few times, which also kills energy. So I'm assuming that that's probably why he didn't have a big output. He was probably trying.
Henry gives a detailed analysis of the fight between Naoya Inoue and Luis Neri, explaining how momentum shifted throughout the bout. He notes that early on, Neri had success landing sharp counter shots and even scored a clean knockdown with a fast, well-timed left hook that caught Inoue off guard.
I think he was surprised by Cardenas' speed in the first place. The left hook from Cardenas in particular, he was firing out with rapid pace. And what we saw was, in this round, Inoue had him backed up, he threw his own shot, he left his hands low, and Cardenas dipped down. Inoue had his lead hand low, his right hand was low, and what he did was Cardenas, he kept his head low in the pocket, and he just dipped his left hand over the top and hit Inoue clean on the chin and knocked Inoue down. And it was a really, really good shot. Inoue took it clean on the chin, and Inoue's obviously got a good chin. Only the second time, I believe, in his career that he's actually been down Inoue. And he got up, and Cardenas tried to stick it on him, but Inoue survived the round, and we continued from there. And then again in round 3, I felt that Cardenas came out very, very strong, counter-punching really well. Inoue had the greater volume most of the rounds, but Cardenas landing the cleaner work in that round 3 in particular. Now, I'll pull up my scorecard so you can see how I had it at the time of the stoppage. So Inoue round 1, Cardenas had the knockdown in 2. Round 3 was Cardenas, then 4 Inoue. I had 5 Cardenas, 6 Inoue, and in 6 Inoue was really starting to hurt Cardenas, I felt. He was landing some good counter shots. The body work from Inoue throughout the fight was very, very...
Despite this, Naoya Inoue showed resilience by getting back up and surviving the round. Henry emphasizes that while Neri continued landing clean counters, Inoue maintained higher volume and began making key adjustments. He started targeting the body with precise, damaging shots, gradually wearing his opponent down. What stood out most was Inoue's intelligence and adaptability, adjusting his positioning, defending better against the left hook, and controlling distance more effectively. By taking Neri into deeper waters, he reduced his opponent's effectiveness. Ultimately, his sharper punches, bodywork, and in-fight adjustments led to the stoppage, proving his elite boxing IQ and championship-level composure.
You see a lot of guys who are tough who, they get outboxed, they get beaten up, but they're still in there. Inoue's got it, but he's also brilliant. There's nothing this guy doesn't have. He's got the chin, he's got the gas tank, he's got the boxing IQ, he's got the power. He puts himself in there in dangerous situations. He's entertaining. There's nothing not to love about this guy. He's absolutely exceptional. And I think in contrast to everything else we saw this weekend, it just felt like an incredible viewing experience watching him in there tonight. And before I move on, I have to say credit to Cardenas, because like I said before, the guy went in there, he gave it a proper go. He properly challenged himself, and he went out like a warrior, but that guy will get more fights because of that. And full props to him, because he helped to make the spectacle that it was, and I'm sure Inoue will be grateful for the fight Cardenas made it too. He pushed Inoue all the way, he gave himself a genuine chance of winning those belts, and you can give Cardenas nothing but praise. And at the end of the day, all it was that Inoue was just a bit better than him. There's nothing else to say about it really, and I think I'd happily see a rematch, not because I think Cardenas wins it, but because it was so damn entertaining. So when you do that, all I'm saying is when you're Cardenas, you set yourself up for future opportunities by going in there and putting on a good performance.
Ariel Helwani says that Naoya Inoue is truly irreplaceable in today's boxing world, highlighting his unique combination of skill, power, and consistency. He believes Inoue stands above all other fighters as the best pound-for-pound boxer right now. According to Helwani, it's not just about winning fights, but how Inoue dominates opponents with precision and intelligence, consistently separating himself from the rest of the competition.
3, right? It's him, Usyk, Crawford. Everyone probably has Usyk number 1 now. But it does seem like every time one of those guys fights, they kind of leapfrog the others just momentarily. While we're prisoners of the moment. I love watching him fight. I'm excited to watch him fight.
Yeah, but there'll be no jump for Inoue this time.
Well, yes.
Minus 5,000, even if he knocks the guy in the first minute, the first round, there's no jump. What I do respect for Inoue is that at least he's still fighting. He's had a couple of cancellations against Sam Goodman, and he could easily say, I'm not fighting. Let's just move on and we'll fight someone big in America or in Saudi Arabia. Obviously heavily linked to be on a Riyadh season card, but he still wants to stay active. The thing now is, though, we now want to see some super fights, because there are super fight opponents out there. Nakatani's one that everyone's been screaming about, that fight happened, right? Whether it be in Japan or, again, in Saudi Arabia,
Wade Plemons says that Naoya Inoue is still a monster in boxing, proving his dominance again and again. He points out that people doubted Inoue before fights, like his bout against Stephen Fulton, yet Inoue dominated and stopped him convincingly. According to Plemons, Inoue is not just winning, he is finishing opponents with authority, showing elite power and skill. He also highlights Inoue's achievements across multiple weight classes, becoming undisputed and continuing to dominate. However, he notes that moving too far up in weight could be unrealistic given Inoue's natural size despite his greatness.
And yes, you could say that's at the end of Nonito's kind of run here, but I've talked to Nonito, and I don't think he's anywhere near done. He's still a monster. He's still with the shits. And of course, he's a legend in the sport. But I heard the same things when Stephen Fulton came over, and people were talking about Stephen Fulton was going to take him down, and Inoue washed him in 8 rounds as well. He's not just winning fights, he's winning by stoppage. He's TKOing fools. He's knocking them dead, and this is just another example of that with Luis Nery. It's like you have a guy that's this dominant, again, across 3 weight classes now, and undisputed at 2 of those weight classes. It starts to become like, what else can he do? And people want him to move up, but let's be honest, he started his career at what, 108 pounds? Now sitting at 122, he's 31 years old. If you talk about super fights that are out there, you think about everyone
Sean Porter discusses with Sean Zittel how Naoya Inoue has sometimes been slightly underestimated, especially by opponents who overestimate their own durability. Porter explains that Inoue is often a massive favorite for a reason, and the outcomes usually reflect that. He describes Inoue as one of the most explosive fighters in boxing alongside elite punchers like David Benavidez. Porter also notes that one of Inoue's biggest challenges is finding evenly matched opponents, as many fights appear predictable due to clear skill gaps. He adds that a potential fight in America, possibly at Madison Square Garden, would be a major moment for boxing fans and help measure him against top American contenders on a global stage.
Like Michaela said, is one of the most explosive fighters. I think Gervonta comes to mind too, but I think maybe the most explosive fighter in boxing. Do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely up there, yeah, for sure. I just want to see him against people that we know.
Yes. In the
you know, like we can really compare. I think that's a lot of like a problem right now with boxing is like you don't. I mean, you're getting it with the women, obviously, but not so much the men when it comes to like what an equal level playing field for these fighters. Like there's always one person that is way ahead when it comes to like the stats. You know, like who's gonna win the fight. Like everyone kind of knows who's gonna win the fight.
At the betting odds.
Yeah, the betting odds. That's right.
Is there plans to bring him to America? Anybody?
Yeah, his next fight is in America. Yeah.
His next fight?
Yeah, that's what Top Rank confirmed it. And you know, the Americans, Angelo Leo, Bruce Carrington, they have to elevate.
Teddy Atlas says that while Terence Crawford is a great fighter, Naoya Inoue is doing something truly extraordinary. He explains that Inoue has already moved up multiple weight classes and remained highly effective, showing rare skill, power, and adaptability at every level. However, Atlas points out that every fighter eventually meets a natural limit when moving up in weight, and that conversation is beginning as Inoue continues his rise.
See, really, if he could do the extraordinary and go up as far as Crawford wants to go up now with Canelo, so that would give us a little light into the question you're asking, how Crawford does. If he does good, then you can start to say, all right, then maybe Inoue can go up a couple more. He's already gone up in an extraordinary way. The classes that he's gone up and been so effective going.
Atlas suggests that if Terence Crawford performs strongly at higher weights, it could offer insight into how far Naoya Inoue can realistically go. He also mentions potential exciting matchups, such as Inoue facing aggressive pressure fighters like Nick Ball, whose relentless style would test Inoue's technical precision. According to Atlas, this is what makes Inoue so special: his ability to adapt and dominate different styles while remaining sharp and controlled. He also references legends like Manny Pacquiao as rare examples of fighters who successfully moved across multiple divisions.
It does come a limit, but again, I see no problem going up another one here. It would be a great fight with Ball, because Ball is, you know, excuse the pun, but it fits. He's a ball of fire. You know, for while it lasts, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. You know, he comes at you. He's fiery. He goes to the body. He throws punches and bunches. He's very aggressive. Look, that might not bode well. That style, that temperament might not bode well against a guy like Inoue.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and insights from the world of boxing.